Hey everybody, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Hidden Horror. How are you guys this afternoon? How's everything going? I hope everything is well with you. I'm here today just to give you an update on the Alexee Trevizo case. A lot of people are concerned. We've lost a lot of time, and a lot of the evidence has been taken out by the judge due to a motion to suppress the evidence, saying, well, what type of rights does she have at the hospital in front of medical staff and the police? My biggest issue, and I've said this in so many videos regarding Alexee Trevizo, is that once there was a death, once that child was found, that newborn baby found deceased, you have to call the authorities. You have to figure out what happened to this child. Now there is an investigation, and that investigation turned into a criminal investigation. And if you have utterances, if you have video, if you have things being said, it doesn't negate the actions, the responsibility of Alexee Trevizo, mom. She's mom now, and what she did with her unborn son, how she handled his body, and allegedly it caused his death. Putting him into the plastic bag took the oxygen away from him, and it caused him to pass away. So I want to just give you this update. This update is simply saying that the New Mexico Supreme Court, they have accepted an amicus brief. They're going to review that. They're going to consider that. And while that's happening, the trial is on hold. The trial was set to start in August of 2024. But with that ruling, the prosecution decided to appeal that ruling, and now it's in front and before the New Mexico Supreme Court. What evidence can be submitted? What is considered protected in the hospital, in front of medical staff, in front of the police? They're going to make a determination about that. And this could go as high as the U.S. Supreme Court, because in this particular instance, in this narrow incident, Alexee Trevizo denied being sexually active. She said she was allegedly a virgin. She did not have sex. She was not pregnant. Okay, and there is it's information that says that they did give her a pregnancy test, which was positive, but the results had not gotten back to Alexee Trevizo by the doctor before she went into the restroom. And the situation where she allegedly gave birth, placed her newborn son in a plastic bag, underneath a plastic bag, in the bathroom, where he was later found by housekeeping staff because there was blood everywhere from the birth, and he was deceased when he was found. They could not bring him back to life, unfortunately. So he did pass away, and there is some video of what happened in the hospital. And the prosecutor wanted to use that video. So she's charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. But at this time, her trial is on hold until the ruling comes back from the New Mexico Supreme Court. So let me read this article to you. I'm going to share a picture of Mrs. Trevizo as I talk about her. So it's like to have a picture of the person up so we can see who we're talking about. At this time when this happened, this was about 2 years ago, and Alexee Trevizo was a senior in high school. So this article is coming from newswest9.com. It's titled Alexee Trevizo Case, New Mexico Supreme Court Accepts Amicus Brief. The article is dated December 16, 2024, and the author is Lily Beth Vallis. And it reads as follows. A trial date for the woman accused of murdering her baby in a hospital remains unset. The newly approved legal documents can be used by the court during case review. In early December, the New Mexico Supreme Court officially accepted amicus briefs from parties outside the state of New Mexico versus Alexee Trevizo case. The court could now consider these documents as the case is being reviewed. The most recent approved documents were filed by Professor Ji Xing Song, the American Civil Liberties Union, that's the ACLU, of New Mexico, and the National Police Accountability. Other approved legal documents were filed by the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. Trevizo is being charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence after an autopsy determined the death of a newborn as a homicide. After her arrest, there were concerns about her privacy rights and whether healthcare and law enforcement acted appropriately. On July 24th, 2023, a judge with New Mexico's Fifth Judicial Court granted the defendant's motion to suppress. The order tossed out evidence, including statements Trevizo allegedly made inside the hospital room on January 27, 2023, during the presence of Artesia General Hospital staff and Artesia police, as well as video footage. On July 5th, 2024, District Attorney Diana Luce filed an appeal on the suppressed motion asking the New Mexico Supreme Court to reverse the district court. The newly approved document, filed in part by the ACLU of New Mexico, raised concerns over the legality of law enforcement in emergency rooms. In its response, the state of New Mexico made arguments against the brief, including stating the case does not raise any problematic concerns regarding the presence of law enforcement in emergency rooms. The trial against Trevizo was slated for August 26, 2024. However, according to New Mexico court documents, the date was completely removed from the docket. A pre-trial has also not taken place yet. So I'm going to stop sharing the picture of Alexee. And I just want to have a conversation. I'm going to share a short video to just restate what the article is stating, but I do want to state that I do not believe the issue is rooted in her rights, in the sense that they're trying to protect her rights. She made utterances on her own. She was not interrogated. She wasn't even arrested at the hospital, because they had to handle the priority, which was making sure that she was safe after giving birth, getting her medical care, medical treatment. So the priority was her health first. Then the issue, which was a criminal issue about the birth and the passing of the newborn child that was found in the plastic bag. So for me, anything that supports the timeline of what happened. When did Alexee Trevizo come in? What did she say to doctors? How did she not know she was pregnant? She denied even having sex. So if that was not true, was she just in denial? Did she ever assert to others, outside people, whether she was pregnant or not? What were her actions in the hospital? What led up to her going to the bathroom? And the fact that she was at a hospital, why didn't she ask for help? Why didn't she push the button, ring the bell, pull the cord? Why did she seek someone to assist her in that bathroom, let alone once she gave birth to her son? she didn't acknowledge the birth. She didn't say she gave birth. She came and emerged out of the bathroom without him as if it had never happened. We have to look at the mindset, the actions, okay? So those are my concerns. I'm not concerned about any privacy rights. Once they find a deceased unborn child in a restroom, yes, you have to call police authorities. You have to find out who placed this child, this unborn baby, this newborn baby, excuse me, in the trash and the plastic bag, causing his death, which we now can confirm that Alexee Trevizo is the mother. Okay, so um, I'm not concerned about her rights. I'm sorry. I don't see the issue when she made those utterances to staff on her own. She was not detained. She was not arrested at the hospital. She actually was transported to a different medical facility to treat her um, in a way for giving birth as a um, post the birth of the child. So um, I don't have any issues with any of the evidence, and I hope that the New Mexico Supreme Court will allow the evidence. And this may go all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. And how do you think they're going to feel? They appear to be more of a conservative court. Are they going to consider the same arguments that she should have had some protections over her actions and statements in front of the hospital staff and the police after we know she gave birth and placed the child in the bag and the police had to be called? Um, I just hope that the right thing happens. I am looking and seeking justice for this child that did not have a chance. The doctors didn't have a chance to help him, to help her, to give aid, to do their jobs, to provide that medical care, medical attention that was so needed. Unfortunately, and I never want to hear about this again, even though I know it happens all the time. Sometimes we don't hear about it. I wish people would take the opportunity to turn those children over, to drop them off in the safe haven places like the police department, at a church, at a hospital. You can walk away. You do not have to commit this homicide fanticide of your child because you're not wanting to be a parent or you're not able to be a parent. Okay, so please let me know what you think. I'm going to keep following this case. Hopefully, there will be some news coming out in this 2025 year about the trial proceeding. They may have to proceed without some of the evidence, but I still feel that they should proceed because there was a homicide. Um, Albeit you can be afraid, you can be scared, you can not know how you're going to handle things, how you're going to tell your parent, but you cannot take these drastic, desperate actions and unalive your child. Okay. So thank you for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. Please put in the comments what you think. Please, nothing too bad, too negative, or anything like that. We want to be respectful. So have a good day and thanks for spending this time with me. Bye, everybody.